Hey guys, welcome to Lucky Dice Live. It's Friday night. We got another auction going on tonight. We're going to talk some HeroClix. Sorry I was a little bit late tonight. I'm having a hell of a week. I feel grungy. I am grungy. I just want a hot shower right now. We've had no hot water at the house since I guess Wednesday morning. So I went and tried to see what I could do on Wednesday. No success. I got up. All right, so first of all, I guess, I talk to people that know me about turning negatives into positives all the time. So I think that this is going to end up being a positive. So in our house, we moved into it along 2017, 2018. And we got the house because the people that used to live in it left. They left because it was flooded. The reason that it was flooded is because they did a modification to our house. We have a fake garage, meaning that when you pull up the house, you think you're pulling in the garage, but it's not a garage anymore. It's just the door's still there, but that whole thing has been modified and extended to part of the house. Well, as most of you should know, your hot water heater is often in the garage of most houses. So when they had this great idea. Lots of sarcasm here. Lots of sarcasm. They had this great idea. Let's expand the house into the garage. That's the good idea. But we don't want the hot water here, and we don't know where to put it. You know what we're going to do, guys? Let's put it up in the attic. Now I've got a 2-story house. And the hot water heater is above the whole house. So they put the hot water heater in the attic. So it blew, not ours, not now, but it blew and flooded the whole house. So the people there had to move out, and we found the house as they were on the very tail end of finishing all the work to fix it. So we had new carpet, we had new floors, we had new painted walls. The house is fantastic inside. No complaints about the house inside. But the dummies, that I guess maybe we'll call this dummy number 2, because whoever did the modification was dummy number 1. Dummy number 2. Now, guys, if you had a house and you had a hot water heater that just blew up in the house and flooded the whole house, would you think maybe we'd just take this opportunity while we're fixing the house of moving the hot water heater out of the attic? Nope. No thought process there. Let's leave the hot water heater in the attic. So our hot water heater, since 2000, they just put it in, a brand new one, and it's a 2018 hot water heater. It's been in the attic this whole time. Now, I've told, anyway, bottom line is the hot water heater went out. So I had to go and do what I could do, which wasn't much. I wasn't able to get to this till Thursday morning because I didn't get until late Wednesday night. So Thursday morning I get up, I go up the attic, we flip breakers, we check everything that we know how to check, no hot water. So we call plumbing. They ended up having 2 different groups come out, and I talked to the lady that owns the house. We're doing a rent with an option. But anyway, I talked to her, and she, don't ask me how this is. Okay, so this is a crazy story. I know we're not talking HeroClix. This is a crazy story. She was unaware that the hot water heater was in the attic. Our house was bought by a group with a lady managing the group where they invest and buy houses, and she bought the house out from all of them, and they never disclosed to her about the flood that was in the house and about that the hot water heater was up there. So when I told her what had happened, she was very surprised, and she was very surprised the hot water heater. And I said, I ain't telling you what to do. I said, but the hot water heater, the plumbers are saying it's got to be replaced. It's out. So you might want to think about You can put one back up there. It's going to be expensive because they're going to charge you an arm and a leg to take that one down and this one up, and you might want to think about putting it somewhere else. So I went and found a place in the house to put it. I have this closet that we don't really use. It's almost right underneath it in the old garage, and they can put it in that closet, and it's in our living area, but it's not really going to disrupt anything. It's hid. You're not going to see it. It's actually in my HeroClix room at the house. I have a play table, and I have a bunch of HeroClix there, and I store everything. And yeah, there's some stuff in the closet, but not so much that I can't move it. And anyways, they're going to put the hot water heater there. So because of that, it wasn't an easy fix. So we're not going to have hot water heater. We're not going to have hot water again until Monday, maybe Tuesday, because now they got to take the one out upstairs. They got to take the lines that was going into that one and cap them. Then they got to run new lines from there down to where it's at and hook the new hot water heater up there. But now, not saying that we couldn't still have a flood, but there's a lot less risk of damage there, and you can get to the hot water heater a lot easier. So anyway, that's been my week. And why I feel grungy, because I need a hot shower, people. I just need a hot shower. You don't know how bad you want a hot shower until you don't have hot water. When you run out of hot water, you suddenly begin craving a hot shower. It's just the way that it goes. But I don't want to go to a hotel. Everything else is fine. Hey, Anthony. Everything else is fine. I've got kids in town, man. I just go take a shower at their house. I just been too busy today. I was doing my Christmas shopping. All of my last Christmas shopping, I'm down to like 2 or 3 people, and I do a lot of stuff on Amazon, so I've got to finish it today. So everything's got enough time to get here. So anyway, that and then the States kits, we started shipping those out. So let's talk about let's not talk about my cold water heater. let's talk about HeroClix. We have started sending in states. We had four kits, that 4 state tournaments. I think they're all states. There wasn't any in Canada, so they're all state tournaments. 2 in the United States. One of them's Indiana. One of them's in New York. And I saw a message from the guy in New York asking about his kit, and I didn't have a chance to answer him yet today. But if he's here, then he can hear that, which I don't know if I think he comes in sometimes, but I'll answer him as soon as I get down here. And we had 2 going to Mexico. So we had those shipped to us earlier, and I've got everything except for the stuff from WizKids. I've got some stuff from WizKids. I've got the first shipment. The second shipment's en route. So we're anticipating having that to us by Wednesday. As soon as we get all the rest of the stuff in, we're going to work nonstop shipping. I don't know that we're going to ship everything in a day, but the very first thing that we will do is we'll go grab all the international orders, and we will ship the international orders out first. All the international orders that are left will be shipping next week, and then we'll start. And then after that, we'll work on all the domestic stuff. But everything should be there in plenty of time before any of the states start, and that's where we're at. And we unfortunately are at other people's mercy on some of this stuff. I wanted to do this a lot earlier. I don't like doing things. I don't like feeling rushed. But the reason we had the cutoff day for ordering stuff is so that we had enough time to get this done. The problem on ordering things is it isn't like I'm not a warehouse that's got everything in stock, and some of this stuff is custom made. So like the maps all have special writing on them according to the states. So I have to know somebody's got to place an order from that state, and then I need to know how much they want, and then the stuff we get from WizKids, my order is made according to what everybody wants also. So it's I wish that, I mean, it'd be nice if I had like bukus of this and you like, oh, you want this and send, but they're custom orders. So to make the custom orders, I have to have enough time to place them and enough time for them to make them, then enough time to get them shipped to me. Gamer Mats has always been very reliable, and they've gotten stuff to me, you know, on a good, pretty quick. And so we got all of theirs. I've got every map is here, and I've got some of the WizKid stuff that came in for the first orders. But anyway, we're on time. I mean, obviously, I always like to be a little bit. I was a little worried about Mexico because I ship a lot of stuff to Dennis, and I shipped some stuff like 3 weeks ago, and they got hung up in customs. Not because there was a problem with them, just because of the processing. They had so much to process, and it got hung up there for a minute, and I was worried that was going to happen in the States. But States, man, it got to Dennis like in 3 days. It's like I shipped it on a Friday, and Tuesday he had it. So we're good there, and I hope that continues to be that way. I've got 6 states in Mexico. I think I can send him 4 more kits. So anyway, that's pretty much that. That's all the updates. If you guys haven't taken the time, Dennis and I did a video. We actually were requested to do the video, and it's about the Sentinel strike. So if you go to Lucky Dice Live, we've got about a 45-minute video there. That talks about Sentinel Strike and about the advantages that 7. Dennis is correcting me. You know, the only reason that Dennis comes on this show, I think, is to try to catch anything that I say wrong, so he can correct me, because I really haven't figured out yet what else he does. Anyway. Chad, I guess Chad is he's up north, so I guess the weather is pretty bad there. It's actually pretty mild here. It's been cold, but that's all. But it's actually warmed up. I think we got almost 60 degrees today. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Please watch the Sentinel Strike video that we've got. If you are an organizer or if you're very in tune with the store, we made that for you. We made that video because we felt like, and I mean, WizKids felt the same way, that there was a disconnect between stores and venues. There wasn't a very good marketing campaign for Sentinel Strike, and it's very hard to get the information on how to run a Sentinel Strike. We know this because we went through it, because me and Dennis were trying to figure out what kind of format to run, how was the setup, and all of that good stuff. And I don't know that. Anyway, I think that the kit's different than anything else that we've ever got, in the fact that it looks very expensive, but then when you break it down, it's not. And I think that there was just a lack of information that and how the different ways that you could run the kit. And we've really enjoyed it. We're having our finals next week. We had to move them because of Strange Tales coming in, kind of disrupted everything. And I think that the kits are very useful. In fact, to be honest with you, had all this been timed out right, and I could back up a little bit, I probably would have asked WizKids to offer those kits as an option for Battle Royals and the state kits. I think that would have been a good option, because it's really a nice set. I mean it's fun to play, and there's a lot of value in there. There's a lot in a venue. I think that, and I was concerned too, when you first look at that kit as a venue, you're like, how do I make money? This seems very high. This doesn't make any sense. It's not clearly spelled out, and the information that you need is in the kit itself, it's not available for you to see beforehand. And so there's too much guesswork. What I'd like to see in the future is directions on how to run the event and recommended options before the kit becomes available, so that venues can see and plan and understand how it works. That's my biggest thing about it. Also, I'm going to complain a little bit to WizKids. We said something in the there is meta in there. We're going to I don't understand. They make battle royal kits for 10 people. They make the contents that's made for 10 people. How many people are in a battle royal, guys? Or you hope it's in a battle royal 4? Okay, so if you have 12 people, you don't have enough participation prizing unless you buy 2 kits, which then you have enough for 20, and you got stuff left over. You get where I'm going here. Is why not go ahead and make prizing for 12? I mean, in this particular kit, everything would stay the same. The only thing you would make is more participation prizing, and it's cardboard. The participation prizing is cardboard. It's terrain and cards. So why not make it for 12? Doesn't that make sense to you? What is Howard's? Well, let me go back up, Nicole, before I answer that question. Aaron, I can do that. We can do that. The answer you, or whatever you want to do. It's up to you. Indiana States is going to be good. That is one of the ones that we've already shipped out. That's one of the ones coming up, I guess, a little over a week. Dennis is saying nothing again, so I'll skip that. Can't wait to play the Sentinel Head in States. What does Howard suggest for teams? So, to my first question is, are we talking about modern or silver? Because we have both. So I can't really answer that until you clarify modern or silver. I don't know if anybody's going to be playing Marvel Cosmic Invasion, or anybody's doing that or not. George, it's your fault. I blame you on that. Decided to have a wife instead of organizing things. That's your fault. You're not really a hardcore player anymore. We can't depend on you, George. If you're a really hardcore player and if you really love HeroClix, you don't let nothing get in your way. Marriages, they have to work around. There's 2 things that you have to work around in the world. Okay, this is Howard's philosophy on everything. The 2 things that you have to work around in the world is HeroClix and Alabama football. Speaking of which, we won't have a show next week. Guess why? Alabama football. Alabama's playing Friday night in the playoffs, and we will not be having a show Friday night. It starts at 6 o'clock Central, and I will be watching the game. So I have lots of ideas floating in my head for modern and for silver teams. I'll probably go back to some of the stuff I've run in silver and bring in some new stuff for silver itself, which there's a lot of things that I ran that I like. But if I was going to build a modern team, now I would love to have Strange Phase. There's some things in Strange Phase, not Strange Phase, but Strange Tales that I want to play. That if it was available for states, I would be playing that with some of the ideas I have. But I'm really looking at Emma Frost hard. I'm looking at the rookie, Rogue, and I'm looking at Leech, and I'm looking at things to make them better and to do things with. which is one of the things I really, really wished I had, is that if we were running Strange Tales, I would be playing the patrons, and not, which we'll talk about that here in a minute. The patrons would be on that team that I'm trying to build. But I really, so the only one you're playing in is silver, okay? So in modern, and maybe that too, I'd probably do some kind of combination. I haven't thought about silver as much, but I've been thinking about modern, and I have a lot of things to add on, but that's the beginning of what I'm thinking about. And I really like some of that stuff, and I've got some ideas. I just haven't had time to sit down at the computer and play with stuff on HC units. Now, let's start talking about Strange Tales, because we've had another week of being able to play it, and I've also, when I was cracking it, I was cracking it over last week, this week. I've been doing a lot of reading and looking at stuff, and there's quite a bit of meta in this set. Now, I want to tell you something that was funny, is that we played Sealed, our release, on Wednesday night, and we do mulligans in the store, and so I let everybody have one mulligan. And what a mulligan is, if you don't know, is you get to buy 2 more boosters and replace the 2 that you just bought if you got something cruddy. So we had, I think, 5 mulligans, 5 people mulligan. I was one of them, and my team wasn't terrible. It just wasn't great. I just couldn't see I couldn't see it working right for me. I had some pieces that they just didn't work right, and so I mulliganed. So I ended up getting 2 more boosters, and I actually did pretty good with it. Now the stuff that I had was actually very playable, but both boosters together was with everything, including a possessor. I had 1 possessor. Everything that I had, I played everything that I had in those 2 boosters. Everything. I played every piece, everything that I pulled, I played on my team, and it was 255 points. So I ended up only losing 1 game, and that was in the finals of the undefeateds. I lost only 1 game with my 255 point team. But again, like I said, I had a lot of pieces. I had a lot of stuff to type. I had a lot of cheap pieces, and I had some stuff that could do some damage. And it was really good. The what's the girl's name? I was playing with the super rare. She's absolutely great in this set. Kushala, or whatever it is. She's got hypersonic speed. She ignores characters for movement, and you can't mastermind if she hits you, and you can't you can't super sense out of her attack. And so she did a lot of damage for me, because I'm fighting. One guy had set his team up to mastermind, and I just went over there and whacked him. There's a lot of super senses in here. I just hit him, and she just went through everybody, and I just kept her safe. And the other one that I had a Morbius, and so I started healing him up right away and got him to where he was good, and I kept him back. And I had enough cheap stuff, obviously, that I could keep them in the front and protect everybody. And I had healers, and I had perplexers, and I had all the little astrals. I think I had 3 astrals on my team. They all had super senses, so 4 through 6, and they all did various things. One was a perplexer. What did I have? I had one that you can't use prob. I protected my team from prob. I had another one that had support. And what was the third one? The third one did, I don't know, it did something. But anyway, it was interesting. The team had, trying to figure out what the word I'm looking for. it synced up really well. There's a word that I'm looking for, and I can't think of what it is. When you mesh the team together and you're able to use it, the flow is right, and the team just happened to be that way. What I lost against was nuts. There wasn't nothing I can do. A guy pulled a Dormammu rare, and he had 3 shield people with him and 1 TKer. Don't remember the pieces he had, but he had 3 TKers. So he was able to do up to 7 clicks of damage if he needed to by using the shield team ability. Gave him lots of range. Synergy, that's the word I was looking for. That's exactly the word I was looking for. Thanks, David. So my problem is I didn't have TK, and so he can literally hit me first every single time, and Kushala, I think that's what her name is. He one-shotted her, and she was all the way in the back of the map. He just TK'd forward, bam. He's got range combat expert, so he's firing with a 13, probably not going to miss, and I just couldn't get to him. And then he's also, if you guys don't know this, he's a giant, so he can fire from adjacency, so it really can't pin him down. The only real fun that I had to mess with him is I did have the possessor that I was playing. When you KO'd one of my figures, which he obviously did, I could put it on his figure, and it made it where he could not use range, and that helped me out immensely. So it was a tough match, and his team is beatable, but it just what I didn't have enough stuff. If I'd had at least a TK or something, I might could have hit him first, but I didn't, and there you go. Chad says, do you think we should be allowed to bring 1 pulp fig from a previous set to a pre-release to add to a team? No, I don't know why we would. I don't know why. I mean, a store can do that if they want to, but I don't know why. I don't think that's when I go to a pre-release, I want it just to be that set, personally. And I mean, I don't know. If a venue wants to do that, I don't see anything wrong with it, but it's not something that I would ever do. So on this set, I had a chance to look at some of the stuff, and I'm going to tell you that the possessors are good. Because the figure, I mean, if you can manage, the worst thing that could happen to somebody is if you're playing somebody. So let's back up. So you put your possessors on the sideline, and when one of your figures are KO'd, you can place that possessor onto that figure, and then that figure gets those powers. Well, one of the powers is that he can get rid of the possessor, but it's a power action, so that would be his turn that time. So worst case scenario, you're basically buying a turn. And then each one of those possessors does something different. One of them does damage every turn, penetrating damage, 1 click, as long as it's there. The one that I was playing with killed range, so you couldn't hit anybody with range, which is, what I'm picturing. It's almost like a defense bubble. Hear me out. So we are very aware of Alpha Strike teams. So if you put bystanders or stuff in front of your team, and you've got cheap things there, and he comes over and hits, and he kills one of those things right off the bat, you immediately can put that possessor on him. He's attacked you with range, so next turn he can attack you with that figure with range. So that buys you a turn minimum to be able to get that. Now, if he's double token, that's even better, because now you bought at least 2 turns that you get to counter strike or get to hit his figures. So the possessors are going to be used, and they are very they're very useful. They're not overwhelming. And when I say that, what overwhelming would be is if you got the possessor put on a figure and you couldn't get rid of it. But you can. It takes a power action. Now, when you take the power action to remove the possessor goes back to your sideline, which means you get to use it again situationally if you lose another figure. So it keeps coming back. So it's able to mess with your opponent pretty much all game. Now, if he kills, so that's what I like about the possessor. Now, the other ones, they're the patrons. There's 3 of each. You got 3 possessors, and you got 3 patrons. The patrons are basically avatars, or they work like what we saw, but they're better. Now, why are they better, Howard? Because they're not assigned to any figure. You can change who it's assigned to whenever you're during the game. So when you assign it to a figure, it stays with that figure until you assign something differently. If the figure you have it assigned to gets KO'd, then you lose it. The patron goes off the map, they score those points. But as long as you keep switching as you're going along, they don't score the points and you keep using the patron. So let's just say that you have 3 or 4 figures with prob. Well, there's a figure that you assign to somebody on your turn, and if you have prob, then the figure that gets assigned to does not have to have line of sight to prob anybody. Anything within range you can prob, and that's big. That's very, very big. And again, you can switch and swap it around. The only prerequisite for it to be useful is that you got to have prob on that figure. There's another one that gives you double perplex. There's another one that does stuff with the outwit. And like I said, they're better because before when we had these things, now the difference is we had the old ones gave you a power. So if maybe you have a figure that doesn't have prob, you can gain prob through that figure. But I'm thinking, I'll just tell you straight up what I'm thinking about is like I'm wanting to run rogue. Well, rogue can choose a power and keep it from an adjacent figure. So let's just pretend rogue chooses prob from somebody she stands beside. They give that figure an action token. No, it's a free action. Other than that, now the avatar becomes rogue, and now rogue and prob are outwit. Yeah, well, outwit's even better. You know, I was telling you that I was wanting to use leech, which leech can turn off powers. So now leech can outwit somebody that's got power cosmic or turns off mystic, so you don't have to worry about that. And then here comes rogue, and rogue's got outwit. Maybe you give rogue outwit and mastermind, starts off beside leech. Leech goes across the map, is carried by Emma, and then rogue gets TK'd across, knocks the hell out of somebody, and you got 2 outwits that over there. One that turns off all team powers, the other one that can see anything within at least 4 squares, because I don't think she has any range, but it gives her 4 squares of range for outwitting without line of sight or prob or whatever. So I mean, to me, I really think that the patrons are very good. When I was cracking, when I read them and figured out how they worked and did, I kept one of every one of them. And I don't always keep stuff out of the set, but I kept every one of those. I kept because they're going to be used, and that is in this set, and we will see that. We are going to see patrons and possessors in the meta as soon as they become available for play, which I guess maybe the first time you'll get to see them in action will be, in a big tournament, will be Champion Clicks down in Florida. And then the Rock, they're going to be used. I mean, it's just They're too good. I also think all these 15-point figures are going to be used. You can get because they all do things, and they're just 15 points. I mean, guys, generally you don't even want to attack a 15-point figure, but those things they can tie you down. They got super senses. They can be very, very, very annoying, and they can kill people's prob. They got one that you move across and you can outwit that figure and tie them up. They're going to be, I think they're going to be used. They're just too great. Maybe some of the best tie-up pieces that we've ever had, more so because of what they do and the fact that they're so cheap. Scarlet Witch is great. All of them are great. Then one of the figures in the set actually produces, I think, all the Astrals. But I don't know which one that is. I feel like it should be Strange. I know Dormammu produces some of the Astrals, but I don't know if it's that. Anyway, the whole thing is that this set's great. There's so much stuff in here that I think is really good that we're going to get to see play. And we haven't even talked about some of the chases and some of the super rares, some of the regular pieces. This set has a lot of counter stuff. And what I mean by that, it's the anti set, because there's pieces that you can grab and stuff you can grab out of this set that anti whatever there it is that you're playing. And, maybe it's, I don't know, maybe you don't have to take Mystics damage, or if you use Perplex, you take damage, or if you use Prob, you take damage. And then I've got stuff that gets around your Mystics, and it's the anti-set. There's figures that heal when things happen, and you got figures that gives out damage when certain things happen. There's a lot of meta work a lot of these figures worked into constructed is gonna where somebody has made a team specifically to use those attributes. It's gonna happen, and I think the set is good. My complaints about the set, one, there's my first complaint about the set, and I'm not even gonna go into the cards. I mean, everybody knows about that. We're missing cards. I get it, but that's not my chief complaint. That just happened. WizKids addressed it. It's done. What I don't like is that I opened up a lot of bricks, and there's this particular brick that you opened up, and that brick has a booster in it, and that booster has 2 slots for Possessor and or Patron. Now, I didn't pay enough attention at that time because I didn't even know how many Patrons and Possessors there were when I was cracking them initially. I hadn't had time to look at things. I was just cracking them, and didn't even know the difference, didn't even know what a Possessor versus a Patron was, and so on and so forth. So I'm just cracking them, but what I noticed is this one particular booster that came very often in bricks and was always the same, had 2 slots for a Possessor and a Patron, one or both. And so you only got 3 figures in that particular booster. And if that happened like 1 out of 100, that's fine. But I dare say I felt like I was getting at least one in every case. I felt like I was getting 1 in every brick, but I know it's 1 in every case. And that's, on average, and that's not good. I mean, I was thinking about that really hoses a Battle Royal, because you already got the regular Possessors and stuff in there, so you're losing figures on the battlefield. So somebody, when you're playing, is going to be playing probably without 5 figures on the map. They're probably going to be playing with 4. There's a good chance because of the Possessors and the Patrons. But now you throw in somebody starting a Battle Royal, and they've only got 3 figures to contribute to the pile, and that's a shame. I don't think that that's good. And then I like cheap stuff. Don't get me wrong. I like the 15-point figures. I just told you how good they're going to be. But I pulled 2 boosters and only had a 250-point team with everything in both boosters. 255 points. Played everything that there was. There wasn't no thinking about pulling this figure or how am I going to build my team. Maybe it's the easiest team I ever built because I really didn't have any choice. I'm playing this. I'm playing them all. I don't have to choose. The whole thing, 255 points. I guess what I'm trying to say is the 15-point figures need to be distributed in such a manner that you're not getting too many of them. And so in my 2 boosters, I had three of the Astros. So that's 45 points. I had a Possessor. So now that's 55 points. And then I had the Cat that was only 15 points. All right, so then I had a Vampire that was only 15 points. So I had, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 figures. 6 figures in the booster. And we had 60, 75, 85. I had 6 figures at 85 points out of the booster. Well, I don't know, man, but that just seems like that shouldn't happen. And I just can imagine how pissed some people would be, like if that would have been the set that we were pulling at Worlds for sealed for teams or whatever. That's just teams probably wouldn't have been so bad because you pull so much. But if I was playing a sealed tournament, I would not have been happy. Again, my 255-point team for whatever reason worked all right, but it's not generally what I want to get. So anyway, that's been my week, and it's just been hectic. Christmas shopping I'm like almost done with. Thank goodness. I've got 3 more names on my Christmas list to finish, and it's just that's a pain in the butt, and I just haven't had time. And then, like, I worked, no kidding, on Monday night. Was it Monday or so? It was Monday. I guess it was Monday night. So we got our stuff in last week, and we just been very busy. I mean, state stuff coming in, Strange Tales stuff coming in, and we have to crack our bricks. So and then on Monday night, we finally got through cracking all the bricks. So when, give you guys an idea of what we go through. When we get a new set in, we crack everything, okay? And then after it's all cracked, we separate it all by rarity, and we separate all the cards. Then I go back and I have to count everything and separate everything. Then I have to take pictures of every single figure. So I take pictures of every figure with the car. And then I have to pull out what I'm going to run on Auxxit on Wednesday night. So all that gets pulled with the cards, matching all that up. Then I go to eBay, and now I put all my pictures on there, and I put all my figures on there, and I have to count to see how many I've got of all of them. We don't count the commons or the uncommons. We just usually put 20 of each because we got so many of them. And the rares, we always put 10 of each because we got so many of those. But the super rares, chases, primes, and the legacy cards and one shots, we count those down to a T. So it's a lot of work. So I got in whatever time it was Monday night, ate supper with the family, watched an hour of TV, and then everybody went to bed, and Howard started working. And I got through at 6:30 Monday morning. I had everything listed. I'm sorry, this was after we were through. This was Tuesday night. I got on Wednesday morning, I was still up at 6:30, and I got everything listed on eBay a little earlier, and I got everything listed on Auxxit. I almost put Auxxit off, but I didn't want to. I wanted to be done with it, and so anyway, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work when the set comes in, and sometimes it's easier than not. Sometimes I can dedicate help in the store. The store's grown quite a bit. It was just me in Houston in the beginning. Let me look at Auxxit, see if it's still going. It was just me in Houston in the beginning, but we've grown and we've had to hire people to help us. So we've got help now, and we try to utilize that help when we can, but it's not always, doesn't always work out where we can use them because something's going on in the store or whatever. So it doesn't, it just depends. Depends on how we can do them. I mean, we'd like, so Diablo's asking a question. I don't know if he's watching the live stream, so I'm typing this. He's asking, how do you know how do you know if you won something? And the answer is, as soon as the ends, hold on. As soon as it ends, as soon as that particular auction ends and nobody's bidding anymore on it, as soon as it ends, it will appear in your cart. Oh, good, Diablo. So that you're good. So that's I typed that. So yeah. So what happens is when the auctions don't all end at the same time, because the auctions will be extended as long as somebody's bidding. It keeps adding on 30 seconds. But then finally, the auction, when somebody quits bidding and you've won the auction, it's going to say it ends. And then if you go and you look at your cart, you'll see that item's in your cart waiting for you to make payment. So that should, I hope that answers that question. And then you make payment, and then as soon as you make payment, we will be shipping all of these off on Monday. I talked to Houston about that. Now, if you guys have questions, and this is something that I want to stress to you, a lot of you guys reach out to me on Facebook when you have a question or you want to know something or there's a problem. It's better, it helps us if you just reach out to us, whether it's on eBay or whether it's here. Reach out to those places. That way I have a record of it, and honestly, Houston is the one that does all the shipping. Houston's my daughter, and she needs to see that stuff. So what I have to do when you send something to me is I have to either paste or copy or forward all that stuff to her, and it's just better. That way, if you say, hey, can you send this to Charleston, South Carolina instead of my home address? Sure, we can do that. But if you do it here, if you do it on the app, we see that, we have a record of it, and it's easier for us to do. Same for eBay. If you message us, I'm not saying I won't take care of you. I'm not saying I'm not going to help you. I'm saying that it's just better if you guys do that at the place where you purchased it, so we have a record of it and we see it when we're getting ready to ship out. Well, I've got, I do have, Chad, I have all the one, you can buy them on eBay that way. Chad is saying, I hope I can sell all the one-shots in the set again. So we did our singles auction on Wednesday night, and I was selling one-shots, the set, all the one-shots out of the set together for a reasonable price. Those are available on eBay. You can go to our eBay store, and we have, I want to say I'm asking $15 or so for all the one-shots. And you'll get a pack of every one of them that's in the set. I don't know. What do you think that? What did you try to buy? What was it? A booster? What? Tell me what it is, and I'll look and tell you. People are still bidding, so it's not. They're fighting over the retail chase boosters and and I guess a little bit over the bricks too, but mostly the retail chase boosters. But now I also tell you that I really like what WizKids did on the retail chase boosters. Boosters 10, 22, and 7. All right, I checked that. I really like what they did this time around on the retail chase boosters themselves. And the reason is that I cracked a few of them, and you get the chase, of course, and you get a super rare. Before, you always didn't get a super rare. You didn't. That wasn't a guarantee. So you get a chase, a super rare, and a rare in every single one of the chase retail boosters I've looked at. In addition, they now have legacy cards, which is great in the chase retail booster, and they put in a couple of one shots. So I think that's a pretty good. I think that this is a pretty good set. All right, let me see now. You said 10, 22, and 7. Now none of that is showing up yet on my end for anybody to pay. I think that it's not going to do that. I think if you just wait a minute, when the whole auction ends, I think it's going to show up. So just give it just a second. No problem, man. That's why I'm here. So give it just a second. You may very well have won that, because I think everything's got to end, and then it publishes a report, and then it puts everything in your basket. So give it just a second. These people are fighting over this stuff. I'm curious as to what. Yeah, there's one retail chase booster, X97 under 100. Strange Tales is over 100. And then you got a brick. I don't know if it's still being bid on or not. It might have finally ended. But yeah, we got like 3 or 4 items that they're still fighting over. Still some good deals out there. Now, I'm usually not on a live stream. I'm not on a live stream during the singles, because I'd like to run the singles auction on Wednesday night. And I run it on Wednesday night because the sets just got released, and I want to give everybody opportunities to get things. The flip side of that is that's HeroClix night here at our store. So we play HeroClix every Wednesday. So that's why you don't see me really much in the room. And I'm usually playing and myself, because that's my playtime. And so I don't get to look at the auction afterwards, but I did. And what I can tell you is this: there are some people that got phenomenal deals on Wednesday night. There was stuff that was selling for $150 on eBay that was bought for 60, 70 bucks on Wednesday night, because I don't put any reserve. Whatever it brings is what it's going to bring. They all start off at $1. Even if it's $1,000 figure, it's starting off at $1, and you guys bid on it. And if it brings $100, whoever won it for $100, they're winning it. So I saw some great deal. I saw some stuff also go higher than I thought that it would, but in general, things went much lower. It was a buyer's night. If you participated Wednesday night, you should have gotten some good deals, because it was definitely some stuff was going low. And I'm not complaining. I mean, it's fine. You know, it's why I do this. But it was definitely some stuff going low. So what will happen, Diablo? So so since you don't know, is when this thing ends, I will start cracking the boosters, and we'll pick what we call a bounty figure. And if you bought a booster that bounty figure is in, you win prizes. So this is left over from the last brick last week. There's all kinds of super rares and the legacy card and all kinds of stuff that's in there. So let's say we named Doctor Strange super rare as our bounty figure. So what happens is when I open up that brick, we're opening up 12 numbers, and if you're number 10 and I open that up and a Doctor Strange is in it, you win whatever's in the bounty pile. Sometimes the bounty goes every brick. Sometimes I've seen it's extended like 7 or 8 bricks, and it just keeps building and building. Every time just before I open a brick up, I throw that in. Chad, I just explained that nothing's going to go in the card, I don't believe, until the whole auction ends. So they're still fighting over stuff, and when everything ends, I think it will go in everybody's cards. So just give it a minute, because when I go to the screen that shows me what everybody's won and then they need to pay, there's nothing is there. So that's telling me that it's not been put into anybody's cards yet. And we're down to 5 people in the room, so it was 8 people bidding. Now there's just 5 people bidding. But they're really fighting over this retail chase booster. On all of them. I mean, they're doing 50-cent bids, and it's dragging it out. You guys need to... I don't know, Nicole. All right, so Nicole is our resident HeroClix psychic. She's not always right, but about somewhere around 85-90% of the time, she says that's what she believes is going to be the one we pull for the bounty. She nails it. And it's people that have been watching this show there you go. I think we just chose Magic. Magic will be our bounty figure. I haven't actually looked. I've seen the Eternity card, but I haven't actually read what it does. I mean, the old Eternity was good, and that piece, Eternity itself, even before the Legacy card came out, brought really good money. Even before that, I mean, that's a piece that has held its own and has held its value over time, and the bounty figure just added that to it. See, I know who Jasperado is, but I'm not sure who A19 is. Looks like there's 3 people bidding. We got D-Block, and we've got Jasperado, and we got A19, and they're fighting over retail chase boosters. And it's a pretty good fight. They're on the X97 retail chase booster. I think that's all that's left now. Dormammu, yeah, everybody's wanting that Dormammu. And that's also a figure that I'd had no problem selling before. So we got 6 people in the room now, but I'm only seeing 2 people bidding, and it looks like we're fighting over an X97 retail chase booster. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Now, I'll tell you the other thing that's really crazy. I don't know if you guys have had a chance if you played in your release day, but there is a meta map in this set. There's a map that is an outdoor-indoor map, and the indoor part of it's got all kinds of walls, and there's only one entrance on the side to that room. Otherwise, you have to shoot your way in or shoot your way out. If you're looking for a map that you can't get alpha striked on, that's it. And I know that Dormammu shoots through stuff through blocking, but he doesn't shoot through layers of blocking, and he can only shoot through one layer at a time. And in this particular map, I believe you can put your stuff where you have at least 3 layers of blocking between you and the enemy or the opponent. It's you need to check it out. I don't remember what it's. Let's see, what was that? What was that called? I cannot remember what the map was named. If anybody knows, shoot it out. Oh, there we go. Auction ended. So you guys should be able to check your carts now, and you should have stuff in your carts. And I'm looking right now at the winners on Eternity. And Diablo, I'm looking to see if I see anything that you've won. I'm not looking at all the winners. I have to go back here. Let's see. Sales. There we go. Yeah, there's people paying for stuff now, so I know it's went in their cart. You bought, I think you said 10. For some reason, the map just popped up on my screen. I do not know why. I'm sorry, man. I'm getting a bunch of pop-ups. You'd have to get people are paying for things, so I can't scroll through. There's 9, 10. There's 10. Haven't found 10 yet. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, your stuff. I don't know if you got all of them, but you definitely got that one. No, it's not. It's not that one. It's the release day map. It's the one. It's the OP kit that I'm talking about. Now it could be in the play at home. I don't know what's in the play at home on the top of my head, but the particular map that I'm talking about is in the release day set. All right, guys. So let's get this thing going. Well, my knife ain't here, at least not seeing it. Oh well, I gotta back up. So the first thing that we do, as always, we will take and throw the legacy card into the bounty box. So that's part of the prizing that you get. Diablo, since most everybody knows this, but on the when whoever wins the bounty, they have an option of me opening the legacy card for them, or I can send it to them sealed. I don't open it unless I don't open that legacy card unless somebody tells me to. So if somebody's not present, I don't hear an answer, the legacy card stays sealed and I send it off that way. But I would say 90% of the time, people ask me to open up their legacy card if they are present, but it's fine. I do whatever you guys want me to do. Let's throw in some prizing. I've got a Hulk from Avengers 60 getting thrown in. I've got a Gertrude and Old Lace from What If, super rare. I've got a Prime Vulture from Earth X. I've got a Captain America with the hammer from What If. I've got a Diana Prince from Elseworlds. One more. No, I'll do 2 more. Also got a Wrecker Prime from, oh man, I don't remember what the set's called. It's the, it's from, it's the Thor set. I just can't remember what it's called. I've got that one. Then I've got a Saint Walker from War of Light. That's an LE. And I'll throw in a legacy card, also General Thunderbolts Ross. Okay? Now let me number these things. What is today? Today is the 12th. This is a good booster right here. 12th booster on 12/12. So it's 12/12/12. So whoever got 12 got it on December the 12th. 12/12/12. All right, here we go, guys. War of the Realms, that's right. Thanks, George. So we are, we set our, Nicole started us off right off the bat. Magic is our bounty figure. So if we pull that out of your, booster, you win all the bounty. Let me get this set up where I can see everything. In case somebody talks to me there. 1 second. Man, everybody's paying for their boosters. I like it. Makes it easier on us. All right, and then let's go back to the chat. All right, I can see every. If anybody asks me a question there, I can see it. All right, here we go, guys. So James, I guess you got 12/12/12. I haven't seen you in a minute, man. Where you been? All right, here we go. Number 1, guys. Number 1. Good luck. So we have a Astro Agatha, common. We have a Shield Spy, common. And we have the figure that I was telling you about that I played with tonight. She's actually really good in my opinion. The only thing that she maybe lacks is she doesn't have defensive reducers. But she is very good on attacking, and that's Kushla. That's the first super rare of the night. Then we've got a Dr. Druid, uncommon. We also got a... we got one of the, I don't know which ones are which. This is Nightmare. That's on the FX space, and I don't remember which one. Is he a possessor or a patron? I think he's a possessor. Busy with Orcana? Yeah, we run Orcana here too. We got our what is that? Infinity something tournament that coming up tomorrow. All right, so number 2 we got is we're doing next. We're popping off the super rares really fast. Not the right one yet, but so far we got super rares. We got a Vampire, common, Dum Dum Dugan, uncommon, and then we've got a Baron von Strucker, super rare. We got a Doctor Strange, common, and we have a Nick Fury, uncommon. Number 3. I haven't really had time to look at my daughter set that up. I don't know what is the format for that. Is it constructed? What's special about it? I guess is my question on that tournament outside the prizing and stuff. All All right, this is number 3. I got a Wong uncommon. I've got an Enchantress common, Astroclea uncommon, and look at this. We got our 3rd super rare already out of this Brit. We got Mephisto, and then we got a Wand Agent common. So we knocked out 3 super rares. Bam, bam, bam. 1, 2, 3. But we have a chase somewhere in here, hopefully a prime. I don't know that we're going to hit. Normally we don't have but 3 super rares in a brick. So I think it's unlikelihood that we're going to hit the bounty in this one. But, you know, I never know with these things. This looks like I didn't have him, but this is an example of what I'm talking about. So we got, come on, got sticky tape. Number 4, we have 3 Astros in here. We have a Astro Baron Mordo, uncommon. We have a Cat Familiar, common. We have an Astro Agatha, common. And we have a Astro Dormammu, common. So that's 4 figures. That's 60 points. And then we have a Nightmare rare. So Nightmare kind of pulled it out. I didn't have anything pull that kind of number for me. So like I said, 2 boosters, 255. A whole new world promo. Okay. So it is constructed. All right. How's the attendance on those tournaments up there? They having good attendance? All right, number 5. And does Infinity qualify you for anything like it does for the set championships do? Well, here we go, guys. This is the good booster. Wow, we just nailed it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have. This is good. Somebody's gonna be very happy. If you got number 4, give me a shout. Number 4, I have a Nick Fury uncommon. I have a -1 uncommon. I have a Darkhold Redeemer common, a Paranormal Investigator common, and whoever got pulled at number 4, you also got a Doctor Strange Sorcerer Supreme Chase, which is one of the top 3 things you can get. He went really, really cheap on Wednesday night, bringing $140, $150 on eBay. I think he only went, you're right, it is. It's number 5. I was testing Dennis, so you filled in for him. I got ahead of myself, guys. Booster number 5, got the chase. So whoever's got number 5, give me a shout. I'm talking to James, thinking about Lorcana. 8 people tonight? Yeah, booster 5. Did you have booster 5, James? That was you? So I got number 6. You had booster 5? Or are you just telling me I said it wrong? All right, we have a Hulk rare. This is booster 6. I've got a Wand Agent common. I've got an Astro Strange uncommon. I mean, even the uncommon's 15 points. I've got an Enchantress common, a Darkhold Redeemer common. Yep, bad Howard. Number 7. Krazar had number 5. Congratulations, Krazar. He's over on the Auxxit talking to me. Congratulations, buddy. That's a good pull. All right, so we got number 7. Yeah, you seem to be. We got an Astroclea uncommon, a Clea common. We have a Ghost Rider rare. We have a Nick Fury LMD common. And we have a Baron Mordo common. Number 8. I got to make a phone call, or I got to tell my daughter something. Hey Siri, call Houston.
Calling Houston home. Hello.
Hey, we're running a little bit late. If you want to go get the food, you need to go get the food. We had an extended auction. People were fighting over the retail chase boosters. Just get me a country fried steak dinner. You know the stuff I like if you're going to go there.
Well, I don't want to eat without you. I done waited all this time.
Well, you would be waiting out me. I would be there by the time you get back. They close at 9. I'm not going to get out of here in time to go there is what I'm trying to tell you, to get food. I'm cracking the first booster brick right now.
Oh.
So if you go now and get the food, then it will all work out right.
Okay. You want country fried steak with what?
Mashed potatoes, gravy, macaroni and cheese, and just some sweet tea.
Okay.
And probably the cornbread, whatever the bread is. All right, love you.
Love you. Bye.
Bye. Sorry, guys. That's the other thing is because our hot water heater's out, we don't have water. We're not cooking at the house because obviously we don't have hot water, so we're having to eat out. All right, so I've got a one-shot Flames of the Faultine. This is booster number 8. I've got Morbius Rare. I've got Ebony Uncommon. I've got Umar Uncommon. And I've got Cat Familiar Common. And we got an Astro Dormammu. So that booster I don't think added up to very much either. That actually looks a little similar to what I had. All right, number 9. I've got a Vampire Common, a Doctor Strange Common, a Frank Drake Uncommon, a Blade. All right, so whoever's got number 9 is going to be pretty happy. I've got a Blade Rare Prime. So that's booster number 9. And then I've got a Hannibal King Uncommon. Number 10. We gave out the goodies really fast pretty much in this brick. All right, number 10. I've got a Nick Fury Common, a Dormammu, who we just talked about. He's very good. This guy's going to be a beast in pulp, guys. A beast. I got a Dormammu Rare. I've got a Shield Spy Common. I've got a Shield of the Sephiroth one shot, a Clea Common. I've also got either a Possessor or a Patron. Don't know which yet. Let's see what it is. Come on out. This is the one. It's not Nightmare. I can't remember what his name is. But it's this guy. He looks like Nightmare, or some people would say he looks kind of like Nightcrawler in the shadows too. I don't know their names. I don't have the names memorized on these. I know the girl is Shalazar or something like that. And I know there's a Nightmare. I know there's a Agometto, or whatever. He's in there. Number 11. I don't remember who the other ones are. I'm gonna write them down. Good. Glad you're happy. Number 11, we got Icy Tendrils of Icathlon One Piece. We got a Frank Drake Uncommon, Mindless One Common, Paranormal Investigator Common, Astro Scarlet Witch Common, and we have an Agatha Rare. Well, I have not really seen her played yet, but just glanced at her dial. It didn't look too bad. All right, last one out of this brick, and then we'll open up another one, add some more stuff into the bounty pile. That's two bricks that we went right now without having anybody pull the bounty. The bounty stays the same. It stays the same for the night until we win it or don't win it. Next weekend we'll pull another one if we don't win it. We'll do another one either way. All right, so I got a -1 common, a Wong uncommon, a Bloodstorm rare, a Astral Scarlet Witch common, and a Baron Mordo common. All right, that closes out that brick. And we'll get busy on this other one. Let me add some prizing in first. So I've got a Superior Iron Man out of Avengers 60. I've got a Sergeant Kent out of Elseworlds. I've got a Captain America out of Avengers 60. I've got a Thordis out of What If. Got a WKO prize. That's Bishop. And we'll throw in a tarot card. We'll throw in the Magician. And now let's go to this brick. Got another legacy card to throw in. In case y'all are wondering, I used to mix them up really crazy, but now I'm just pulling them out as I do them and mixing them up. So we used to have people trying to figure out where the stuff was. This just eliminates, because you don't know, like you don't know that booster one, if it's normally it would be like in the corner, and anyway, we started mixing it up to give everybody just to totally randomize it. Just seems more fair, so you don't really know. You're not trying to. If there's a glitch in the system where this particular number, this particular thing in the corner is always pull something, well, we eliminated that, so you don't know where your numbers are going to be at. All right, need my pen. So I did get to do something fun earlier. While I was doing stuff, Dennis did his usual. He tried to correct me on something. I don't know if he's still here or not. He tried to correct me and tell me that there was no booster number 16. So I had to stop doing what I was doing and go look and see what if I messed up and I had to fix it. And there was a booster number 16. He just missed it. So I got to send him a picture back. Not this time, buddy. It's you. I love Dennis, man. I'm hoping to see him very, very soon. I'm tentatively wanting to go to Mexico in January. Probably playing a States or two down there, but I don't really, it's just coincidental. It's just added to the trip. Just want to see Dennis get away a little bit. All right, so number 13. We are, in case you're just tuning in, our bounty figure is still left over from the first one. We are looking for a magic. And good luck, everybody. And once again, we start off with a super rare right off the bat. We have an Astra Dormammu, a Cat Familiar, a Nick Fury Uncommon, a Astro Baron Mordo, and we have this guy. This guy's not too bad. I've got a Frankencastle, especially in the field. He's not too bad at all. He's hard. It's hard to knock out. And he does some pretty good things. So now we're going to number 14. Yeah, the 26 is going to be the big auction. For those that don't know what I'm going to be doing, we will open up bricks just like we're doing tonight. But when you win a booster, you're going to get you're going to get something else. I'll have a big wheel, and we'll spin that wheel. I might have my grandson here. He loves spinning the wheel and talking to people. I have him here probably helping me. And we will spin the wheel, and then you'll win what's going to be on the wheel. And what's going to be on the wheel, I got various things in mind. The rock dice could be the prize, con LEs, rock maps, and just a bunch of various things. And I've got some stuff set to the side at the house specifically for that day. And I haven't done one in a while, but it's Christmas, New Year's, so you get a chance to win a bunch of extra goodies that night. So I've got Shield Spy, common. I've got Nightmare Rare. This is booster number 14. I've got a Nick Fury LMD, common, an Astro Agatha, common. I've got a one-shot Flames of the Faltine. I don't know which one shot it was, but I was playing the other night against the daggum in the finals against the Dormammu team, and I hit somebody pretty hard, and he was going to kill him, and he pulled out the card, and they didn't take any damage or evaded it. That was so disappointing. So disappointing. I didn't even know he had that card until I didn't notice it when we were wow. Okay, here we go, guys. So anyway, somebody's gonna be happy again. So who's got booster number 15? Oh, we got somebody. Hold on a second. I gotta ban somebody. There we go. All gone. All right. Don't know what that was, but it's not supposed to be here. All right. So we got whoever's got. If you got booster 15, give me a shout. You're going to be very happy. I've got a Ebony uncommon. I've got a Paranormal Investigator common. I've got a Doctor Strange rare. I've also got a patron or a possessor. This one I think is the one that's got the tiger on it. I think that's what this is. Or is it? I don't know. This is the girl. This is, yeah, that's the, what did I say her name was? No, I forgot. It's the girl. And the big thing is you got a Chase. You got a Tony Stark Sorcerer Supreme. He's also happens to be one of the ones. Oh, congratulations, Caleb. He's also one that I have not really looked at hardcore to see if he's good or bad. I don't know if he's good. I don't know if he's great or whatever, but he is a Chase. Number 16. So you guys tell me, is Tony Stark pretty good? You'd think he would be. It's a mixture of tech and magic, I guess. Which, I mean, is basically Doctor Doom. Tech and magic. So, I mean, he's like, he becomes a Doctor Doom. So, number 16, I've got an Astro Dormammu, a Rare Morbius, a Shield Spy common, and an Astro Agatha common. And we have another either patron or possessor. And this one has got, don't know who that is, but it's got the guy with the red cape on it. Don't know know what. I don't know what these. I don't know what is in there. Like I said, I had them written down, and I'm going to next week. Next time I do this, we will. I'll have a list of all these guys, so I can call them out. O-Star. All right, number 17. Now, O-Star was the girl, right? O-Star was the girl that I just did. The guy's somebody else. I think I'm right there. Okay, somebody's going to be very happy here. This one is number 17. Jericho Drum. That's right. Hey, Dennis. Did you just put the girls to bed? So, I've got a Vampire common, a Doctor Strange common. I've got a Wong uncommon, an Enchantress common, and this is a good piece. From what I saw, you've got a super. I'm not a super rare, but you got a rare prime. You have Dark Hulk. I think the patrons can be for sure. They're also the patrons for reference. When I'm opening up bricks, I got bukus of possessors. I mean, I got just tons and tons and tons of possessors. But not so much on the patrons. They're a lot rare. And the O-Star that we were just talking about seemed to be very rare. It seemed to be the one that I pulled the least. I saw David Newmark make a comment on Facebook where he was describing his pools, and he said the same thing. All right, so now we're going to number 18. Yes, number 18. We have a one-shot images of Icon. We got a Scarlet Witch rare, Cat Familiar common, Doctor Strange common, and a Vampire common. And last but not least, we have a -1 uncommon. That's the other thing about Normandy. He's rolling and possibly producing bystanders too off the sideline. Yeah, 2 rare primes in a case. Yep. There's one chase. If you pull the girl, I don't remember what her name is. The girl chase. Every time you pull her, you have the beast. The Dark Beast Hulk, Dark Hulk or whatever he is in there with her. So you get when you pull her. So we got another possessor, or I'm pretty sure this is possessor. The one that looks like Nightcrawler. We pulled it earlier. But anyways, she comes every time with a Beast Prime, with a Hulk Prime. Every time. But the Hulk Prime comes elsewhere, like we just did. But in that particular booster, if you pull her, you're going to pull her and the Hulk. We got a Blade rare. We have another super rare. We have Dracula. And we have Dr. Fury, LMD. We have Clea, common. Number 20. We're having one of those rare nights, Dennis, that Nicole may have been wrong. We're getting towards the end, and I don't think we have but maybe one more chance at a super rare, I think. And we have not pulled Magic yet. But she also said she felt shaky about it. So when next time Nicole says she feels shaky, we won't listen to her. When she doesn't say that, she's always right. So bolts of Bolt Hawk, one shot, a Agatha rare, a Wand Agent common, a Umar the Unrelenting uncommon, a Darkhold Redeemer common, a Paranormal Investigator common. That was booster number 20. I put everything back in, so yeah, it will. Everything that was in the booster comes with it. I don't pull them out. her call rate's great. It's unbelievable. So Nicole, I've been threatening to take you to Vegas. I will just make sure that you do not have a headache on the floor when we go to Vegas, go to the casino. If you have a headache, you just have to tell me, and we won't gamble. We'll go to eat, go to bed, then we'll get up the next day when you don't have a headache, and then we'll go heavy. All right, I've got this is booster number 21, Enchantress, common, a Wand, common, a Hannibal King, uncommon, and I was like, there's a super rare here too. I saw the gold coming up, and I'm like, damn it, she's going to be right. It's going to be magic after all that talk. But no, it's a Nick Fury. We got a Nick Fury super rare. We also either got a possessor or a patron. And with we got the same one. This is the guy with the red cape. What we just said, drum. Dennis just told us who it was, which is basically, I think that's Brother Lulu, isn't it? All right, so number 22. By the way, Dennis, I did look. I actually made Houston. I didn't make her. She wanted to see it. Houston and I watched and the boys watched the link that you sent to me to Supergirl when we had a chance, and it wasn't the greatest preview, but it's good to see it. It was cool. I think it's gonna be a good movie. This is number 22. I got Crimson Bands of Sidorak as a one shot. Then we've got Ghost Rider Rare, a Calculus uncommon, a Astro Scarlet Witch common, Baron Mordo common, -1 common. I think so too. I think that was the last one. Probably. But, weird things happen. It's a strange set. You never know. All right, number 23. We got 2 left, second to the last. We have a Bloodstorm rare. We have a Icy Tendrils of Icathlon, one shot. And we have a -1 common, a Paranormal Investigator common, Astro Strange, Doctor Strange uncommon, a Darkhold Redeemer common. And last one, number 24. It's not a super rare, but it's a very good rare. Y'all were excited about it earlier, so we have an Astro Scarlet Witch common, a Dormammu rare, a Astro Clea uncommon, a Clea common, Astro Dormammu. Oh, that's pretty cool. So in this booster, you would have got Dormammu and the Astro Dormammu. I haven't seen that really happen a whole lot. So that would be good. We're not going to say that. You can't. Nicole is very feisty, and she actually lives near you, Chad. We are not going to say she's wrong. We're just going to extend her rightness to next time. All right, guys. If you were here earlier, you know that I just ordered food, and my daughters went to pick it up. I'm hungry. I'm grimy. I've on a hot shower, extremely bad. Probably not going to get one till in the morning now. But anyway, I'm heading to the house, going to get some supper. We will not have a show Friday. If you missed that, we're skipping a week. Alabama's playing in the playoffs Friday night. It's going to be tough, but I'm an avid Alabama fan, and so I will be there watching it no matter what. So you guys have a good weekend, and enjoy it. Night, everybody.